Meet us where we're at. Be curious. If we can be curious with these kids, they will tell us what's going on in their brain. If they know it's safe to share that and we're not going to judge them or try to put them back in the box, just like be curious and ask and be ready to adapt and adjust for that child. Because if they feel like you are going to give them that chance, then they're going to show you how amazing they can be. So just being curious and being ready to, you be the flexible one, because maybe that kid isn't, but if you can be flexible, then you're going to teach them that flexibility by modeling it.
Meet them where they're at. Okay, that's going to be very different for every person. Believe that they have the intention to live a better life. Because if they're in your office, there's a reason for that. And that probably wasn't from a single incident. It's probably from a number of incidents over a span of time that eroded at the family structure's ability to cope. And so they're meeting you at a very vulnerable position. And so if you are not trusting that everyone's here to get better, you're not going to get very far. It will be hard because if you come from a neurotypical lens, you can't relate. You can't be like, well, why wouldn't they just brush their teeth every morning? Come on.
Our pediatrician said to me once, she's like, I think you present really well. She's like, my guess is it's a lot more stressful and there's a lot more falling apart at home. Yes. And she's fantastic. And I wish every professional sort of knew that we pull ourselves together a lot and try and present really well. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you try really hard to present for a doctor or whoever you're seeing.
Yeah, it's masking.
There's a lot of emotion and frustration and other things that are probably going on behind the scenes. And so just even asking about that.
And reflective listening, to listen and say, hey, I heard you say that, or I heard you had trouble with it, and just normalize it for that kid. Yeah, I get that that was really frustrating for you because it's really hard for you to be able to do this with everything else going on in your brain. So let's figure out how we can make things easier for you, because I don't want it to be so hard for you.
A doctor or a professional, like just having a small thing or offering, can I make a follow-up appointment? Because all of those day-to-day things are so difficult, something that is probably not actually that hard for someone else to do in terms of an offer of help actually goes a super long way. So you don't have to change my whole life or offer long-term services, but offering a follow-up appointment or a call or offering to write down these 3 steps, like that can be very simple for someone who doesn't have ADHD. So it doesn't have to be world changing, right? So being able to help and being able to make a positive impact can be a very small thing. And I see those as being real acts of grace of saying, hey, because it makes it helps, but it also makes the person feel seen, of like, oh, okay, I'm not being judged. I'm not bad.
Yeah.
I'm not a failure because because it's hard for me to do this other thing. The act of helping or just smiling, if that's all you can do, or that's all that's relevant, like it just makes people feel seen, and it goes a really long way.
Yeah.
I had this one kid who he was always, he's kind of prickly and didn't really want to talk about it. And you could tell he was this kid that didn't want to have ADHD, didn't want to be different, but his parents really wanted to help. And so there was every appointment, it was the parents talking about all the things that are hard and aren't going well. He's not doing well at school and he won't listen to us and he's on his screens too much. And this kid would sit there quietly and sullenly. And eventually I'd get him to talk a little bit, and we tried different medicines and things, and slowly would talk a little bit more to me. And just recently, he's growing up and I'm having to say goodbye, and he actually gave me a hug. This kid that would hardly ever talk to me, I'm like, I wish you the best. I think you're going to be amazing. And he says, thank you. Like, you actually made, I see positive I see a positive future for myself because you were there for me all this time and that you helped me through that. And I just, broke my heart, with gladness that he actually saw that all of that hard stuff we did all this time, he actually felt like he was going to be successful because somebody understood him all this time. So that really made me proud to know that I made that difference. An evidence and strength-based approach focuses on identifying and leveraging the unique abilities and positive traits associated with the person, rather than solely addressing deficits.